Hello and welcome back to the channel. Now, some of you have asked me about language class, and I think the last time I told you all about language, me trying to learn it, I was actually on italki, which is a website which works out real well. However, I wanted to go to in-class training, so it's a little bit more of accountability. Plus, I'm in a group class and there's synergy in there, meaning everyone is learning. You can help other people can help you. Some people ask questions that I had not even thought of, and it really helps you learn when you're in a group setting. Now, I will say there's also some cons to being in a group setting as well, and that's things like people asking a ton of questions and we're not getting anywhere, things like that. But those things happen in a group class, but it's great to get to meet new people. Now, the school I go to is called Lana Language School. Now, I wish I could say I researched all these schools and I picked this particular one and it's the best because of, actually, I picked it because it was closest to where I live. It's in the Hangdong area, so it's really close to get to. It takes me about 10 minutes if I actually catch some green lights, but if I hit all the red lights along the way, it's probably more like 15 to 17 minutes. Yes, the lights are that long. Now, I could tell you what I was looking for in a school and why Lana checked off all the boxes for these things. First of all, it's pointless to learn or try to learn a new language from a teacher if you can't understand the teacher. In other words, they're trying to say what it means in English if you can't even understand what they are saying in English. That makes it really tough. Another thing is you want the teacher to be able to relate to you. In other words, if you're Western, it's helpful if the teacher has some experience with the Western culture. It's easier for her to relate things to you versus a teacher who learned at a university and has no influence whatsoever with Westerners, who, as I was trying to learn from some videos that some Thai people had put on YouTube on how to learn Thai, and I couldn't even understand what they were saying. This one lady was like, "Today we are going to learn vowels." And I'm like, what? Finally, she put on the screen vowels. So that, again, that goes back to, if they don't speak English good, it's going to be an uphill battle. The other thing I like about this school that I go to, Lana, is that they offer private lessons, group lessons. They have an ED visa, so I was able to refer some of my friends who need an ED visa to go to this Lana language school. Some of my friends had been here for a year already on another ED visa, hand-to-hand combat. Okay, that's great and all, but and yeah, you could say that's a skill you could use, but I think if you're gonna live in Thailand, if you're gonna have an ED visa, you might wanna learn to talk to other Thais. It would make your experience here in Thailand much more enjoyable and let you understand the culture more. Another thing about this school that's unique is that, let's say you don't want to be around anybody. You don't want to go to the school. Well, they will actually come to you. You can actually have private lessons and have them come to your house and teach you one-on-one right there in your house. Another thing I like is they have everything on a good pace. Every week, she's got everything in a good system. So first you need to learn this, then you need to learn that, then you need to learn some words, verbs, adjectives, all that good stuff, and then she teaches you sentence structure, which is actually the class I have today. Today, we're going to be reviewing how to say "I want." How easy could that be? Well, 5 seconds you learn the word "I want." Now, this is Thai. So there's actually 3 ways to say "I want something." I want something as an item, I want someone to do something for me, or I just want to do something. Sentence structure is different for each one of those scenarios. Some things in Thai are really easy and some are difficult. Like for me, I used to learn how to speak Spanish. You had all those verb conjugations. We have it in English too. I have been there. I will be going over there, all the verb conjugations. In Thai, it's not like that. Very simple, makes things a lot easier to learn. Now, some of you are gonna say, what about tones? Yes, there are tones. And I will say it like this. You can learn the tones, but where you're really going to flourish at them is hearing people in Thailand say those words over and over and over again. If you mimic the way they say it, you will be saying it correctly. For instance, to say something is near, it's glai. But if something is far, it's glai. So it was a different tone. Same word, but it was a different tone, and it has the exact opposite meaning. So right now I'm gonna go into 7-Eleven. This is just what I do. This is my thing, because we get a break time, and I always buy something for my break. So usually I just get a snack and a drink. Usually it's a tea. First, we're gonna go to the snack section. And I either buy some Ritz crackers or some Oreos or some Cremos, which is more of a Thailand brand. The price is the same. That's 6 baht for Oreo and 5 baht for the Thai brand. Not much of a difference there, but I actually like the Thai brand better. So we'll get some of these Cremo chocolates. Then over here for the drinks. So the way the drinks are, I guess these are mostly energy drinks, some coffee drinks. Then you got your Cokes, which as you can see, there's not much of a selection for Cokes. These are actually pretty good too. These are good fruity type bubbly drinks. But today I'm gonna go for the tea section. And my choice is this one right here. This brand. Don't know how to pronounce that, but it's a green tea. So one side note thing I should mention is that our water bill and our electric bill, both of those we pay at the 7-Eleven. As long as it's not late, you can pay it at the 7-Eleven. I think if it is late, you have to go in and pay it at the electric or water company. I don't know. We haven't been late, and I don't want to be late to find out. It's just easier just to go to 7-Eleven. But that's how we pay our bills. So I've been in Thailand for almost 1.5 years now, and this has been my language experience. For the first year, I learned online, paid for online study. One of the bad things about that is it taught me formal words and not actually how people talk here in Thailand. I learned a lot of vocabulary words over that year online, so that was very beneficial. Then I also did one-on-one classes. That was online too with a teacher, and that worked out real well. I have also learned how to read most words. I haven't been through a formal class. I learned online with a website. It's called Learn Thai with the White Guy. And the first thing he does is teaches you how to learn the alphabet. And I gotta say that was very beneficial. So now we are getting close to the school. This is my turn off here. It's a little tiny school, and they have adequate parking, and it's off of a highway, so it makes things real easy. I'll put a link to the school in the description. So here is the outside of Lana Language School. You go in, of course, to the bottom. They got a classroom to the right there. They've got an office, and upstairs, that area right there is actually where my classroom is.
But the normal one is going to give ฉันให้ดอกไม้คุณ for example this is the most basic one I mean to give want this person to do this action I want my friend to stop smoking.
Now, if you're thinking about learning Thai and think that it's too difficult for you, let me assure you that they start off with simple things like the greetings, and they keep building one upon the other. They'll teach you some words, they'll teach some nouns, they'll teach you some verbs, They teach you how to order in a restaurant, and then later on they put this all together to where it makes sense. Because I think everyone in the class right now, we've been going about 2.5 months to this school and this class. I think we're all shocked with how much we actually know, and that we're actually being able to put together sentences. And the classroom's full of people, just normal people that are trying to figure out this language. We all knew it was going to be hard before we started, and you're going to get out of it what you put into it. If you study and you really want to learn, you will get the language quick. If you really don't care, you're only using it for an ED visa, obviously you're going to be struggling with it if you never study. Now, I'll put a link to the school in the description, and you can go on there and get an idea of what classes cost, because they have rates for group classes, which are cheaper, because obviously you're sharing the teacher with a room full of students. Then it gets more expensive if you want to have private instruction, which is of course one-on-one with the teacher, so the teacher's only there for you. There is online, so you could actually learn now if you're still back in your home country and you're not in Thailand. You learn that way, or if you're here in the country and just don't feel like going in the class, you can learn online as well. All the prices are on their website, and I'm sure if you were shopping around looking for a language school, I don't know this for sure, but I can bet that they would either let you take an introductory class, maybe one class to see if it was for you. I don't know, depends on the school. You may want to ask ahead of time. It's one of those subjects, learning a new language, where it seems overwhelming in that how could I possibly learn an Asian language? It just seems too difficult. But it's like that old saying, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. So you're just taking this one day, one lesson at a time. And after a while, things start making sense to you, which is a little scary. Well, that's all I have for you right now. If you haven't subscribed, please consider doing so. And if you do want information on that school, just to get an idea of what the costs are or anything else, the link will be in the description. And if you feel so inclined, buy us a coffee. We sure would appreciate it. And until next time, Kap Kun Kap.